What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight, in the Brew Lab, I'm coming at you with some best of 3 content. It's been a little while, but I occasionally like to do this thing where I have a look at tournament results. There's loads of different places I've been looking at over the last couple of days. There's been a massive tournament in Japan with something a little under 700, participants. And the results from that are very, very interesting. I think what I'll do is I'll jump onto that brew tomorrow. I know I did put up a poll, but I've decided to leave these polls up for a little longer. So, if you see a poll today, it's probably not going to be that day's brew. I'm going to leave them up for a few more days so that a bigger number of votes can be cast. So go cast your votes for the next brew. But one of the other places that I always like to look at deck lists to get inspiration is the standard challenges from MTG Online. And our lovely member here of the community, Mr. Robert Taylor, aka Fire Shoes, always posts these up for us kindly on his Twitter. As I've said many times before, you should definitely go give Fire Shoes a follow if you're on Twitter and you play Magic and you don't follow Robert Taylor. What are you doing? So he keeps us up to date with lots of stuff, and one of the things is these standard challenges. And this guy came 8th place. Okay, so the number 1 decks were just a little bit more boring. Not really my kind of thing. Lots of Esper with very little new cards. Stuff that we've seen now for a while. So I thought of the top 8, the one that interested me the most was this Naya Reanimator. The guy who actually came square in 8th place. And it's interesting because it's 61 cards. There's some very interesting sideboard choices. The main deck is pretty fantastic. And so, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. TI Tinker, or T1 Turn 1 Tinker, T1 Tinker, Naya Reanimator. Well, it's an interesting one. We've got some Spirited Companions for some card draw. We've got some Cathartic Pyres for some discard and for some damage. Nice versatile damage. Creature or planeswalker. Instant speed, very nice. The rest of the deck, I mean, virtually, right? As far as removal, all we have else in the main board is the Wandering Emperor's -2. So that's it. But then as far as like discard your stuff to be reanimated, we have a ridiculous amount. Full playset, Restoration of Eiganjo. Chapter 2 allows you to discard a card. Full playset of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Chapter 2 allows you to discard a card, or 2. And Elder Dragon War. Chapter 2 allows you to discard cards. So 3 sagas, 12 cards in total, alongside the Cathartic Pyre. All ways to put our important reanimation targets into the yard where we want them, so that they can be brought back with Invoke Justice. And this time around, we're going with a full playset of the Sanctuary Warden and a full playset of the Titan of Industry as our copy targets of choice, because they're both non-legendary. They're both big old bodies that are nice to cheat into play, and both amazing targets for the Reflection of Kiki Jiki. So yeah, I mean, nothing crazy and new, other than, the Elder Dragon War, which is nice. A little bit of a micro sweeper on the first chapter, filtering and discard on the chapter 2, and then the 4/4 Dragon's not terrible either. We also get to play 1 Serra Paragon, which is also another new card, to be able to bring back some of our 2 and 3 drops, which we have quite a few of, which is quite nice. And then there's as I mentioned in the early introduction, a very interesting sideboard going on here, where for some reason this person thought it would be important to have a full playset of unlicensed hearses. and 2 Reckoner Bankbusters. Where I'd make any adjustments just straight away to bring a little bit of more balance to the force. I would take out 1 license, bring in 1 more Bankbuster, but I guess there's 3 already. 4 March of Otherworldly Lights, 2 Toxrills, and some Circles of Confinement. Very interesting sideboard choices. And then lands, 24 lands total, 1 Eiganjo, 1 Sokenzan, some beautiful Godzilla lands, 8 and 2 split, full copy of the life gain lands. So, okay, very slow, but whatever. I guess we don't really need to go too fast in the deck. And then a full playset of Jetmir's Gardens so that we could potentially hard cast a Titan or just cycle them away for some card draw. I didn't want to make any adjustments to the deck from the original that the person got the results with, so we'll leave it as that. But if you'd like to see a more extensive BrewLabification, best of one-ification of a deck like this, then let me know in the comments. But that is the brew. As I said, we will be playing in some best of 3 action. Let's jump into some games. Boppity boopity, best of 3, beepity boopity. Let's go. Of course, as usual at this point in my videos, I like to do a little bit of advertising. So if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, kindly consider doing so. Of course, if you could also like the video, leave a comment, hit the bell notification icon, share it around to all your friends. Those are all free things that you can do that really help the channel out. And then, of course, down in the description, you can find our Discord community, as well as my Patreon links. All that jazz. Demetrius. Okay. Why not? Let's see what the opponent's up to. Probably going to be Jund. Okay. Aggro deck. I wonder if he's got safekeepings. Oh, gotta probe the waters at some point, see if he's got them. Doesn't run them in the main deck. I think we're not going to attack in case he comes at us with some reckless Stormseekers. Seems to be some kind of werewolf tribal. Otherwise, you would not be running the naturalist, I don't think. There's really no answer in the sideboard to this kind of deck, so I'm a bit confused.
We must stop the lights from engulfing the day. Patience, my kin.
Perfect. Now we're discarding the Warden and casting the Invoke Justice.
Attack when they're most vulnerable.
You'll probably let it go to nighttime. Try and cast his wolves. Yeah. good luck getting around like a... It's gonna be like a 9-9 or something. Oof. Whew. For a second there, I thought there was a Boseiju coming my way. Hello. And we can just hard cast. Sure. We can just hard cast the another warden next turn. There's no ultimate on this Planeswalker. Still not 3 wolves needed to go to nighttime. Ooh. Ooh. I'm not worried about, you know, black removal.
Was not fierce enough.
Do we need to hold up a Cathartic Pyre? Or can we just play an Eiganjo thingy? I think we can get a Eiganjo going. Because the plan is going to be, if we top deck a Titan, we can discard it. We've got 2 discard triggers going next turn. Now I wish I had held up that Cathartic Pyre. Huh? Bam. There's our friend. We should be good. We should be fine. Of course. It's pretty beefy etching. I can just block with a spirit, not that I'm too worried. Chapter 2. Block the 9/9. Sure. Oh, baby. Okay. So what are we bringing against these guys, and what are they going to bring in against us? Well, I do like the look of Toxrill, honestly. Mana value 3 or less. Boom, 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 boom. Well, I don't see you with much really of Oh, that's right. There was 61 cards in the deck. Let's just bring in the Toxrill. Game 1 went our way anyway. Toxrill will be really good against these guys. Really good. Nice. Discard target for the Eiganjo. Oh yeah, baby. Sure thing. Let's go with the Fable, obviously. We can go for the play next turn. Attack with the Goblin. Yada yada.
Wait for the perfect moment to strike.
What you should do is pass the turn now. Okay. That sucks. We need to find a land now. And he's got Boseiju. Not even worse. Ay, caramba.
Attack
Passes
when
the
they're most
turn this time around. How many broken wings did you bring in? Ooh. Hello. I think we're gonna go for the that's fine. I still get my discard trigger. I think we're gonna go for the Toxrill. We get an additional card draw. Oh, go on. That's fine, mate. Good luck getting around an 11-11 with Play with Fire. Oh, baby. Skibidi-boop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, let's attack. Um, 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 um. Easy peasy. Werewolves, cool. Best of 3 deck, worthy. I don't know. You ain't gonna do me 13 in one go, I don't think. Imagine he's got a lightning strike to follow it up with. Oh my goodness, I will just laugh. Whew. Ow, baby! Invoke Justice. Alright, so that was a fairly easy matchup. I really don't think that Werewolves has the tools to deal with 7/7s and things, so felt almost like cheating. Let's see if we can match up against something a little bit more, how do I put it, challenging. Fat Thor. I'll definitely play first, thank you. Sure. Okay, here we go. Mono black, baby. Okay. We need to draw a land, and for them not to remove our goblin. Then we may be in business here. Of course, that'll never happen. We even had the land. Woo! Okay, well, it's a tapped land, so... Imagine he plays the Graveyard Trespasser now. How happy I'll be. Oh dear God, help me. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so I mean, what were they doing against this? I don't see the solution here. I guess, I guess something. I really don't understand what the plan was. Something like that. I'm sticking to the 61 that he was playing. Let's bring in one hearse. I hope this is the right play. You know, when you've never even seen the person play the deck, it's a little bit tough. Always look for an Invoke Justice, a discard target, a discard spell. And if we get some draw, good. Now we just need an extra land to get things rolling. Come on, land. Come on, land. Give me that land. Oh, the wrong type of land. This trespass is a problem. Field of Ruin. Oh wow. There goes my Invoke Justice. I guess. Just getting wrecked by this guy. By the way, the Japanese tournament that I mentioned in the introduction, something like out of the top 15, there was 14 mid-range decks that played black cards. Just a little sign of what the meta is. I think we're going to discard The Circle Confinement, bring it back on the Trespasser. And then use the Ward ability to discard the Toxrill. Play an extra Spirited Companion, hope to top deck a land, and then play a Fable as well. Yes, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So now we've lined it up in such a way that even if they play another Graveyard Trespasser, and they exile our Toxrill, we can discard the Sanctuary Warden to the Chapter 2 of the Mirror Breaker, and still cast our Invoke Justice. 1, 2, 3, 4 white sources available. Unfortunately, we're into Invoke Justice range. Gotta love it. Maybe I should have discarded the Warden instead and done the same play. Alright, keeping the shield counters this time around. They may run the exile 3-mana thing. Soul transfer, which would be obviously terrible. Now, if they hit us with a Invoke Despair, the question is, because this is an enchantment and a creature, we go Citizen Architect, or do we let the Fable go? Maybe he'll try hit us with the Invoke now. Which would be pretty stupid of me of having blocked that sleeper. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. Thanks, deck. We really needed that land. Ooh, felt so good. Oh my god. Okay. That's a pretty juicy hit. Okay. Well, we've pretty much got him. If we can just hang tight for a turn, I think we're good. We're also getting a dragon next turn. Really nice artwork on this baby. Nighttime Trespasser. With some things to snag. He's been dying to have that Invoke Despair in hand. Want to still have one more creature other than the ones that are on board to sack if he does go with for the Despair. You can do a 5, X is 5 meat hook. That's what he's gonna go for. So cheeky. Not a terrible top deck at all. X is 6 meat hook. We use the Invoke Justice. Okay, so I mean Graveyard Trespasser, big problem, obviously. What do we do other than what we just did? Nothing, hey. I think there's not much else that we need to be really doing here. We're doing the right stuff. Fat Thor, round 3. Let's fight though. Round 3, fight though. Sure. Oh my god. Yay. The Pyre? Can be just the Pyre or the hearse. Goes for the Pyre, of course. Blunk. Shkablunk, shkablunk. Oof. So we can bring it back with the chapter 2 of the Eiganjo. Yeah, and discard the Jetmir's Garden. Okay, no, we're discarding the Titan, obviously. The problem is going to be the damn usual one. Turn 3... What's his name? Mr. Doggy Dog. Graveyard Trespasser. Okay. Let's risk it. Oh, no Graveyard Trespasser. Oh, no third land. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, shibbly-boo. Oh, bugger. Here it comes. Bye-bye, Titan. Every time it feels like. Ay, 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 ay. Hey, we took a risk. There's not much we can do about it. At least we can exile one of these sleepers if he goes for the hit.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. I am almost sad to see you go. Strike fast and strike hard.
No cut downs. You're only gonna have to use Infernal Grasps. That's fine. A little bit frustrating, but fine. Let's get some chump blockers down. Now we have to try and hardcast this Titan, so we need the treasures of the Shaman. Pretty important. Because, yeah, we can't discard Titan. There's the Grasp. Take my little doggy. Oh wow, okay. It's pretty cool. Oh! I can just hear Fat Thor's frustration coming at me from the monitor. Just like... Shieldred. Pretty annoying. Make our
Remember
reflection this is, if we do 3 mana, we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not enough for the Titan. But we get rid of the Shieldred. And cast the Titan next turn. I think that's pretty ideal. Junji, of all things. Oh, we're copying Titans now, so...
we've got the edge in this fight.
I was not expecting that. I thought he would block and get back the Shieldred. You see, that's how it's done. That's how it's done. That is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Ow! How are we doing for time? Alright. Smashing mono black. Very interesting match against the Wolfie boys. Arrived at the 45-minute mark. These best of 3 videos only really allow me a chance to do about 2 full matches unless they're quicker or whatever, or I decide to go overtime. But it is getting very late and I do need to get in the editing suite. We'll be saving what seems to be leading the poll right now, Vesuvian Apocalypse, for tomorrow. But as far as tonight's deck, Mr. T1 Tinker, you have come up with a lovely freaking deck. It's not really unique in many senses. We've seen something similar to this a few times already, but we've lost the most obvious, amazing target for the Invoke Justice, which was Velomachus Lorehold, but I think the deck still slaps. Yeah, that's really all I can say. If I were to make this my own, I would change the sideboard. There's too many unlicensed hearses here. There's definitely more cool things that we could be doing with the sideboard than what has currently been done. But who am I to say anything? This guy is obviously very, very good and has arrived in the top 8 of a standard event on MTG Online. So who am I to debate his picks? Also, 61. I love it. Real joker. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I hope you enjoy this type of thing where I bring you some of these top decks from various tournaments. I plan to continue to do so as you know, as time passes with the channel. It is something that I enjoy. As I said, there's some really interesting mid-range decks from this Japanese tournament where there was like just a little under 700 participants, so we'll probably have a look at one of those in the next couple of days. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. As always, thank you all so much for watching. It really means the world to me, especially those of you who stick around to the end. You are my favorite people in the whole wide world. I will see you all tomorrow with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.